So if we only have 30 minutes a day, what is the 1 or 2 practices that we can do to improve our English in order to achieve the maximum results? That is a very tough. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Bella here. In today's video, I want to talk about what we can do to improve our English if we only have 30 minutes a day. If you're interested, please keep watching. If you find the content helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss a video with me. Without further ado, let's get started. With everyone overworking themselves these days, it's not uncommon that we're only left with very little time to work on other things, like our spoken English. So if we only have 30 minutes a day, what is the 1 or 2 practices that we can do in order to achieve the maximum results? That is a very tough question, especially when there are so many resources for learning English and everyone nowadays is talking about a different learning approach. It also means that we now need to take a look at what we have been doing and figure out what has been working for us and what has not. Sometimes we're only sticking with the practice because we're very comfortable with it instead of having really benefited from it. If that is the case, perhaps now it's time for some changes. The very first practice I would recommend for busy people is watching or listening to carefully selected audio or video content and practicing learned expressions through repetition. If you only have 30 minutes a day to learn English, choose an English show, TED Talk, or interview and study it. If the video is 5 minutes long, you may only want to work on one video every day or every 2 days. Practice all the expressions or structures that are new to you by repeating the complete sentences from the show. Practice saying them so many times that you don't even need to think about it anymore. But of course, you need to understand exactly in what contexts they should be used. Stick with this practice for a while before you try anything else. Another very important practice I would suggest is relearning the English pronunciation. A big fat reason for our lack of confidence when speaking English is our pronunciation. And from my experience working with students, we tend to overestimate how good our pronunciation really is before learning the proper ways of producing those sounds. And please note that by pronunciation, I am specifically referring to how each vowel and consonant is produced individually and collectively, not anything else. As we will be correcting the way we pronounce most sounds, it will take time for our brain to process and make the switch. For the 30 minutes we have every day, I would strongly recommend focusing on one vowel or consonant every week. Find some instructional videos or books and learn proper techniques like where to put our tongue and how to position our lips and so on. And then use the rest of the week to practice, and practice some more. Start with smaller units like words before moving on to phrases or sentences. One last practice that everyone, not just the busy people, should try is reading. Select an English book to your liking and spend your 30 minutes on it. I cannot think of a more immersive practice that one can do than reading English books. Think of it as an opportunity to really appreciate the language, whether it's the well-structured arguments in a nonfiction or the captivating narratives in a fiction. Get absorbed in the language and let it grab onto you as you get into it. Feel how words are put together and how ideas are delivered. There is something about reading that makes it irreplaceable as an English learning practice. I would not recommend looking up new words unless they interfere with your understanding of the text. Your focus for this practice should be to simply enjoy the literature and, of course, to experience how the language is actually used. So your weekly schedule for English learning will look something like this, depending on what level your English language is at currently. So feel free to give it a try and let me know how it goes. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you find it helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. Until next time, take care.